like to share with you an exciting subject, the poppy. This is one of the flowers featured in my ABC of Chinese brush painting. And that book, I took 1 year sabbatical and produced with multiple floral subjects. And I'm very proud to share with you one of them today. We can use a large flow brush, OAS large flow, super flow, Phoenix, one of those large combination brush. And I will be working the flower first. I'm loading some yellow with vermilion, blend the brush, and this will be the base color. And then the tip, I will touch some red, blend, and reload the tip. We will work a open flower first, and I will tilt the brush to use the side of the brush, overlapping the strokes to see the color of multiple colors blend within that one stroke. And I'll reverse, overlapping the tip using the side of the brush, turning left. And I'll try to project a U shape in the middle. Change to the all-purpose flow brush. I'm loading some light green and set a pumpkin shape, a vertical pumpkin shape in the center. Oh, with some happy dots on top. And that is the seed pot. Continue. I'm working more red. And work from the top, doing a curved stroke to set the border, and then repeating by overlapping the stroke, bringing them downward. In the meantime, I'm leaving some of the space open down below. So I'm setting a petal on the top. And poppy has 4 petals, so I will have a little bit darker red and try to develop a skirt. I build a wall and then settle the brush. And then on the other side, a petal may be extended out a little bit more to accentuate the movement and keep the balance. The stroke may be coming in or going out. It depends on how you feel comfortable. And now I'm having thicker, darker red. I'll settle some dark eyes in the center. Lower the boom upwards. And the remaining area, I'll come back with red. Using the same lower the boom technique to seal the center area. Very nice. Now, coming back to the yellow vermilion with some red. I'll show the underside of the petal, and the color usually is lighter. And develop a U shape now down below. Still working to show the profile of the underside of the petal on both sides, extending out. Placing the seed pod partially in the middle of the U shape. Happy dots. And now, working more vermilion with red, blend, reload the red at the tip, working petals from the top, starting from the middle, expanding on both sides. And little guest folding petal on the edges. Darker red, thick, will work in the shadow or the eye. The poppy has those dark patches. And then the rest will seal with dark, with the red. Little bit extension. Cool. While the flower is still moist, I'm using the Happy Dot brush, working some combination of red and dark red. I add some veins. The poppy is very ruffled, so some of these veins can suggest those folds on the petal. And I do wholesome this and don't overdo it. Two together, one apart. Two together, one apart. All right. Now let's work some leaves. I'm using Orchid bamboo brush and loading yellow with light green. I'll have a leaf like a eagle scooping downwards. The poppy leaves are very serrated, so we usually try to work a center section by overlapping, wrapping strokes, and then showing some serrated edges to complete the shape. And of course, it doesn't really have to be all that precise, so do enough to show the fold. And a little bit darker green will extend on the right hand side. The poppy actually is a fairly feisty spirit in Chinese culture. It represents the spirit of Lady Yi, a lady warrior that accompanied her husband in the battlefield, playing drums and dance with swords. So it's Lady Yi spirit. A lady dancing with swords. I have a skirt developed, and then with some light green and tip vermilion, I will extend it out, showing the back side of the petal of the leaf, which is warmer. Ooh. You see that transition of colors? All right. And we will still use the light green with vermilion. I'll try to bring the flower back to join the leaf. Threading through the center of the leaf, extend it down. And you can see that leaf provides kind of a rest stop. We'll go up. And the two lines will form what we call a phoenix eye, a beautiful shape of space. So, phoenix eyes. When we paint, we're really to shape the space. Now the flowers are home. Let's climb up a little bit and provide another leaf folding. to balance. And then we will do some darker leaves. Dark green tipped with a little touch of ink. These are hiding in the shadow, like the other side of the skirt. Ooh. And some will be crossing the stalk to show more depth, reaching to the back. And perhaps a dashing point. Yes, the sword lady. And we will tuck the leaves in from the middle of each of the leaves. Extending. Very nice. How about one little baby going behind? And some of the folding leaf may show the other side. Which is darker. Nice. A baby. A little bud. All right. I have the green, keep touching some warm color, vermilion. Babies are bowing, head downwards. Very nice. Now, back to Happy Dot brush. And keep touching some dark red. The poppy is very hairy, so we have little dots along the stalk. If you like to kick out some hair, dance the brush, drop the dots along the stalk, moving up, leap over. Yes. And then we will work the eye of the flower. concentrated white with some yellow. And then the brush showing happy dots surrounding the seed pod. Some in front, some in front. Of course, all the detail is presented step by step in our ABC of Chinese brush painting. I hope you enjoy the flowers. I will see you soon.